Hello ladies and gentlemen, so now we are finally done with Modern Warfare Zombies, and as you guys can see on the title of this video, this is going to be a Modern Warfare Zombies final review as a solo player. So now that we're at the end of the Modern Warfare Zombies life cycle and Black Ops 6 is now out, I want to go ahead and go through the entire roller coaster ride that is Modern Warfare Zombies and just talk about my experiences that I've had to go through throughout this entire year, or this entire life cycle. Modern Warfare Zombies was first shown off on September 19th, 2023, where we got to see the cinematic for this mode. Many people at first were actually very mixed when it came to this showcasing, especially when after they found out that the game was actually not going to be your traditional round-based mode. I was also certainly one of them who was very mixed about it, and hearing that the mode in a way was a combination of Outbreak, the semi-open zombies map, DMZ, the extraction mode, and Modern Warfare 2, it did get me thinking that I may not enjoy this mode. Even hearing some zombie YouTubers defending this mode, saying that the game mode is not that bad, a lot of fans just speculated this being dead on arrival. There were also many people like myself who listened to these YouTubers and was optimistic and willing to give the mode a chance. I was of course one of those people, especially after they went ahead and showcased more of the gameplay of it. The game launched and many people enjoyed Modern Warfare Zombies, but I would also say to the extreme OG zombie players, they hated it. As someone who has actually been playing since the very first Black Ops game, I honestly think that Modern Warfare Zombies was not so bad. I really enjoyed doing the bounties to get more points for me and to also be able to upgrade my gear for future games. I also really enjoyed how easy the mastery camo grind was and made it very enjoyable. Even when I wasn't going for the camo challenges, I also was really enjoying just going through all of the active missions. And one thing that I do want to say here for the Mastery Camo grind is I actually did not complete the Mastery Camo grind for this game just because with certain weapons, especially early on at launch, it was actually bugged that for some reason just some of it just was not counting and just not working at all. So I just kind of decided later on, or pretty much midway through the season of the game, I just kind of gave up on it. The act missions are challenges that you can do that will make you progress through the zombie storyline, where at the end of each act, there was actually a cinematic cutscene waiting for you. Even for doing those act missions, it would actually reward you with calling cards, decals, and other customization things to add to your weapons. Other cool items would also be perk cans that you can use for future games, different type of rarity ether tools, Ethereum crystals, and you can also take, again, all of this you can take with you on the next game. And while you're playing the game, you're actually going ahead and able to find certain items that you can get, and you can add them to your stash once you exfil out of that game. While playing this mode, you're also able to go ahead and upgrade your armor vest for your specific character, upgrade your backpack to allow you to carry more items, of course, have a gas mask, have a self-revive with you, and as well be able to take with you a score streak. And normally in the score streak slot, I would actually always have a Juggernaut too, because that is the best score streak to have, but there are several other score streaks that you can have to assist you in surviving. With the gas mask, they are also used for the storm that comes in at the end of each session. You heard that right. You play this game in sessions. Every time you load into Modern Warfare Zombies, you will have a 45-minute timer in the corner of your screen, and when that hits 0, the ether cloud storm that is in the game will start to expand, making the zombies very strong and fast, pretty much forcing you to exfil. The gas masks that you wear, they do actually protect you from taking damage, but again, they do break, so you do got to keep an eye on their durability, which is a typical, if you actually are a Warzone player, you'll pretty much fit right at home when it comes to playing the zombies experience. A typical Modern Warfare zombie session is basically like this. You go into the game, do your challenges, and gather loot within those 45 minutes you have, and then just exfil successfully. Once you are in the main menu and looking into the loadout, you are able to select a primary weapon, secondary weapon, tacticals, lethal grenades, your field upgrades, and as well as whatever items you'd like to take with you for your next session in your backpack. You are also able to put away 20 items that you would like to save for a different game in the future. Consider this as kind of like as your locker, being able to stash your items that you don't need in your current game, and you're also able to see here your rewarded items that you have gathered for completing your missions and any purchased items as well. This is also where if you bought the battle passes or characters, some might provide you items for you to take with you. In that same menu, you are also able to change your operator, where at launch you can have 3 different operators for you to choose from, and they added 2 extra operator slots, who knows, maybe even 3 now. It's been a while since I've last played, but you get them for purchasing character bundles in the game store, and that allows you to hold or have more operators for different kind of setups. The way how I normally have this kind of 3 character or 3 operator setup for me is I normally have one being as my main guy, as if I'm doing any particular hard mission, I would have him equipped. Second would be basically a secondary main guy, and the third guy will be my all-rounder character, one that I don't really care if I die and just can easily replace him. You also have the ability to have schematic crafting, which means that if you go in game and while you are doing your missions, you may find a schematic, and if you are able to go ahead and expo with it, you are now able to create that item, whatever you get. Though they don't really allow you to do it whenever you want to, but they set up a timer for you to be able to craft another one. Perks, for example, take about 3 hours for you to make again, and wonder weapons can take over 24 hours. The crazy thing as well is the full legendary ether tool, which makes your gun a golden powerful gun, takes 24 hours as well for you to be able to craft another one again. And for Pack-a-Punch 3 crystals, for some odd reason, that takes up to 3 days to finally, so 72 hours for that one for you to go ahead and craft another one. I feel like some of the timers and stuff for this has to be a little bit kind of changed a little bit, maybe a little bit lowered, especially for that Pack-a-Punch 3. I think 24 hours, or if not, maybe 48 hours should be the max limit than anything else. I just think waiting 3 full days is just kind of crazy. But nonetheless, it's actually a pretty interesting system, but honestly, it works alright if you ask me. I never really minded it, and what I would have with me in my locker would actually be those legendary ether tools and Pack-a-Punch 3 crystals. Evolving or playing a lot of the game, I was able to just go ahead and just have the best items. Overall, Modern Warfare Zombie at launch was actually looking like a pretty decent third mode, and hopefully a lot of people like myself thought that it would actually be getting better and better as the seasons come and went. In fact, I actually made my very first review of Modern Warfare Zombies when it was still actually pretty close to launch. And yeah, at that time, if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at that video, you guys can go ahead and do so. But yeah, I actually went ahead and I rated it and I gave it a review score, and yeah, I really did enjoy Modern Warfare Zombies at launch. Occasionally through the seasons, we would get new schematics for us to get, more act missions for us to continue the story, and that was basically it. Though there were some changes they added to the map, such as adding more secret Easter eggs, hints, and as well as Dark Ether rifts, where you're able to go to the Dark Ether to do some missions and get some more exclusive rewards there. That's typically where you would actually go if you wanted to get the DLC schematics that they added later on. But when it came to entering the Dark Ether rifts, especially when you have a full group of 6 people in a squad, at least for me, this is the issue that I've always ran into. Most of the time, the game would just freeze or crash on me, making it such an annoyance for me to even go for these rewards. And that was all that they added on for throughout the seasons. For me, it was actually kind of boring, and then it got kind of repetitive at some points, to the point where I actually stopped playing through seasons, I believe 2 and 3, I believe is when I stopped, and then I came back at season 4. Completed all of the story missions, you were just at a standstill where you just waited for the mid-season update or start of a next season to get this continuation of the story. I honestly was super upset when Rebirth Island came around and that wasn't implemented as a zombies map for Modern Warfare Zombies. It would have been so cool to see it in an open world type of way and having references to Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead, but sadly that didn't happen. And like I mentioned earlier, they did change / added some new things to the map, some being good and some being bad. One of the main big bad ones that I remember was that around season 2 or 3, they actually implemented this new mercenary boss named Dokkaebi, and they added her fortress in a part where a lot of players would actually go to as it was a giant skyscraper building the map a lot faster. That was kind of like the fast method for you to run or fly around the map. But with the introduction of Dokkaebi, that building was just not usable anymore at certain points. They did later on update it where you can go up there again, thankfully. But other than that, the seasons though were just alright. If you were someone like me who was done with everything, all I ever did every session from then on was just work on the mastery camo grind, or just decided to be nice and help out a group of people that were new to the game. I would actually just go ahead and just welcome new people. And that's actually where I want to go ahead and segue is I want to talk about the community. I want to add this little part here, but everyone in the zombies community during this time were actually very kind and generous to each other, at least with the people that I interacted with. I mean, even for me, I've actually ran into some people that have never played zombies before, and I have helped them out in doing challenges, getting schematics, or even just dropping them perks and items that they can use for their next game. Overall, the community was actually super positive here, surprisingly. And again, this is all in my personal experience, so I just wanted to just do a quick shout out for the zombies experience or the zombies community, just doing a great job and being nice. And of course, I've also did hear some stories that there were some people who were being total dicks, but overall, for me, the experience and everyone else, the community, at least when it came to me and my interactions with them, it was very positive. Now, I want to go ahead and I want to talk about the story here. So, I am a huge fan of the zombie storyline, and for me, I do play the zombies primarily to learn more about the story. The story of Modern Warfare Zombies is a really good one, especially if you've been following along since Cold War. This is a Treyarch Zombies experience, so everything ties into the main plot they have created since the mode's introduction back in World at War. The cinematics all look beautiful, the way how everything is written is pretty good, and it even gave me some moments that were honestly it caught me off guard. Now, since the making of this video, the final story is finally out in the final cutscene, but I still just don't want to go ahead and spoil that for anybody, for those that do actually want to go ahead and play this mode and experience the story for themselves. So all I'm going to say is that the ending of this gets me super excited for the future, and I think you actually will be loving the story if you are a Zombies fan. Overall, Modern Warfare Zombies was a roller coaster of a ride, as I previously mentioned. It is a lot of fun to play and is pretty rewarding, especially if you are a longtime Zombies fan like myself. But once you are finished with every mission, seeing every cutscene and explore the entire map, it does get pretty stale and boring, where I don't really see any reason to come back to this, unlike with previous Zombies and those being round based. With Modern Warfare Zombies, I don't really see any reason to come back unless it's to either help a friend who hasn't played the mode, or you're working on the mastery camo grind for some reason. You can for sure easily get your money's worth here and be lost for hours and end up playing it non-stop, but once it's over, it's just that, it's over. Do I still recommend Modern Warfare Zombies? Yes, I do. I'm trying not to make the ending here very negative. You do have so much content to go through, and you can have so many funny moments with friends and randoms. In my initial Zombies review, I actually gave, when this first released, I actually gave Modern Warfare Zombies an 8 out of 10. Now, as the final score for Modern Warfare Zombies, I actually want to give it a 7 out of 10. Though there were pretty much bugs that did interfere with my experiences, and I called them out here on my channel, and I still had fun with them. This is honestly one of those games where you can just turn off your brain, listen to music, or watch a YouTube video and just unwind and have a chill session with the boys. Though I did have my frustrations with the game at certain points of its life cycle, I'm thinking more of how this game is now at the end, and with the amount of content you have access to and the amount of time that you can get lost in, this mode it's honestly still pretty great, and I would recommend it. The only thing that I am still concerned for is that now that Black Ops 6 is out, I'm kind of concerned that there will even be enough people that are still going to be playing Modern Warfare Zombies. And also just because of that massive bug of me wanting to go into the dark ether and always it crashing, it honestly also made me not be able to get all of the schematics that I could that are available at the game. And so because of that, it being annoying, I finally just kind of gave it up and just said, F it. I guess I'm just not going to go for everything, unfortunately. But yeah, that's basically it for my review. Honestly, if it wasn't for that big, massive crashing bugs and the mastery camo grind kind of also bugging out on me, I feel like the score would have still been the exact same, which it being an 8 out of 10, because it is still fun and a great experience to go through. But because of those bugs, and I don't really see many people playing this game mode, especially in the future, again, I'm gonna give it just 1 point less just in case. But yeah, but that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my very final review as a solo player for Modern Warfare Zombies. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.